All right. Today I'm going to be going over the rent roll or rent roll detail report. So, guys, the most important thing with a rent roll is that it has a current rent amount, okay? The lease rent or current rent amount. This is going to be the most important number on this report. However, there are several others that it's very, very helpful if we have, and sometimes necessary, okay? So if they don't have the unit floor plan breakdowns, like how many two bedrooms, how many one bedrooms, how many studios, that's a problem. You're going to need to find that out. It's very helpful to get the square footage as well, so we know if there's what size of unit there are. Okay, that can impact the market rent. So the other number that we'd like to see on here is the market rent. So at this report right here, you can see that we have the floor plans, the two beds, three beds, we have the square footage, we have the market rent, we're at the 690 right here, and then we also have the lease rent. So this one is a garage, so it's zero, but we have the rent and then a garage. So what we need from the lease rent is we need the average leased rent on the property. This is the metric that I'm pulling when I underwrite a property. So I'm going to come make sure that my garages aren't included, which they aren't. And I'm also noticing it's giving me my breakdown of units right here: 12 studios, 54 one bed, 78 two bedrooms, 12 two bedrooms market. Let's not worry about these designations. That's on another level that we'll talk about later. But the point is, it gives me my average leased rents for each floor plan and as a total. Okay. If they don't give you a total, then you need to go figure that out. It's very simple, but don't oversimplify it. So, okay, a lot of people would come and take the lease rent and divide it by the total amount of units. That is just going to be inaccurate because the average lease rent is actually a weighted average. So, how would you find out the correct average? Well, you're going to take your uh, 12 units. This one's nice because it tells us our average lease right here. So, I'm going to have to do a weighted average. Okay. So, I'm going to have to take my 528. I believe with these averages, we could just add these up and divide them by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you want to double check your work, take your 52809, times it by 12, write that number down. Take your 56365, times that by 54, because there's 54 units with an average rent of that. Once you total up all those and add up all those, then you can divide it by your total amount of units. Okay. So that's what we're really looking for in an initial underwriting is an average leased rent. The next thing that we really do want to know is what the market rent can be, the average market rent. So same thing, it's going to be a weighted average, these numbers based upon these amount of units. So hopefully that helps clarify and help some people. If you're sending me a deal, I'm going to want you to put in a little legwork and go find that average lease rent and find that market rent. This is a nice report in that it does it for us, but a lot of times you just aren't going to have that done for you, and you're going to need to get your calculator and just do a little bit of legwork.